Good morning, bon matin. This is Kim McGillis coming you live from Regina in Saskatchewan. So today it is 11, maybe 11:03 actually, Central Time. And if you are watching from back home in Ontario, it is 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So hello, I hope you had a great weekend. We're starting the week off with a brand new collection. So I am pulling out a different suite this week. And it was difficult to choose, but I think I have some great inspiration for you this week. Let me log in here so I can see your comments. So we had a busy weekend. Friday, there was like here on base, they do like this run. So, and there's this big buffet where we get to see and eat piles of food. And the theme was a bit like Halloween. Hello, Fran, and hello, Ilda. I hope you had a great weekend. Hi, Marlene. I hope you had a great weekend as well. So, yeah, so we did that. I power watched Netflix this weekend just as to rest a little bit, and we watched Emily in Paris, which was absolutely amazing. I don't know if it was the last series that they posted, but that was fun. What else did we do? We went to the farmer's market, and then I had shout out to this cute lady. She made these little Halloween houses, and they're made to go on a cup holder when you're sipping on your coffee or your tea. So for her sake, I approached her to see if I could get some of these for the holiday season so I could add to my Christmas boxes and make them as gingerbread. So I can't wait, but I got the Halloween one just for fun. And then I know we're still like, I'm making Christmas cards, but I also got these. In French, they're called meringue. I don't know how you say them in English. Meringue? I would have to ask my husband. But anyways, they're like cute little pumpkins. Anyways, shout out. It's Something Sweet by Fadia, I think is her name. Anyways, it's adorable. So she's got cute stuff. And I always like when I send some classes by mail, I like to incorporate little things. And I thought that this might be fun to send to some of my customers. So that's what we did. And then last night we went for dinner just because my husband is going home in Ontario for actually almost 2 weeks. And we wanted to have like a little date night. So can you guess which collection I'm working with for this week? It is a suite that is also part of the scrapbooking collection. So it's a suite that you'll get to see me work this week with boats. So it's going to be a boat. I'm going to be doing lots of fun fold card this week as well. So I don't know if you love fun fold cards. Those are different folds. And I'm doing one of my favorites with you today. So that's going to be fun. So can you guess? Anybody? Okay, so while I see you, I see Lucy is on. Alicia, hello. So we have a couple of people, so we'll get started. So this week's suite is the Reindeer Days. So I don't know if you got this suite, but I'm gonna tell you something. The only thing is I checked this morning and I see that my peppermints are not in yet, and I had used my peppermints and gave them to all my customers when we did the class back home in Ontario. So I sacrificed my peppermints to hand out so everybody could leave with peppermints. So they are coming in, so you might see a modified version when I do take pictures with peppermints on there. But anyways, Lucy is saying that she loves fun folds. Well, okay, well, you're gonna have fun today. It's very colorful. Normally I'm not into that little kind of, in French we say des bonhommes, like little characters and things like that. But this time around, when I ordered my collection, I ordered a lot of characters, and I can't wait to play with them. And yeah, so that's what's going to be going on. I am going to tilt you. Remember, I told you that I did break my mount last week, and Chris was supposed to fix it this weekend. We had talked about it, and then we forgot about it. I am focusing on 3 colors today. It's gonna be Real Red, Garden Green, and Pecan Pie. So I'm tilting you over. Hopefully this mount will stay okay. Ooh. Let's try this. Until he can bring my mount from back home, this will have to do. So when I did my card class back home, it's not too bad, actually, not too bad at all. So I'm just gonna push these aside a little bit more out. And then I do have a bigger glare this morning. Let's see if I close the top light, if it's better. A little better, I think it is better. So everybody got this cute box with a tag with the collection, and I just thought today I might want to showcase our content right in here. So I've already pre-cut my cardstock, but I still wanted to show you that it was pretty cute, and then it had a tag. If you go in my highlights, you might see it. So I like to incorporate as when I'm sending cards by mail or gift classes, some content and some fun things to do. So Fran is saying, she's talking about the peppermints. As soon as they're in the US, they're gone for good. And I'm from Canada, and I'm gonna say I'm still part of that same order than you. So I was able to snatch a bunch of them just before they sold out again. I don't know, can anybody here, I know we have lots of demonstrators, do you know exactly when they're coming back in? Again, because I'm assuming they're gonna do another order. So I'm gonna set this aside. If you've looked at the scrapbooking collection, I am gonna be using this week. You'll see I have something kind of fun to show you, and it's not a scrapbook page, but I'm gonna be doing something. So the Reindeer Memories kit is part of the scrapbook collection, as well as the Reindeer Memories, and this one we will use today. So this is one that we will use today. And today, because we don't have those peppermints because they're back ordered and mine are not in, I'm just going to use the Cherry Cobbler Pearls adhesive back berries because I think these are back in, and I just thought that this might be fun. So we'll just substitute with these for today, and then you know what, we could just tweak it and add the peppermints at a later date. So I do love the DSP. I struggle sometimes when Stampin' Up comes out with these beautiful DSPs where if I'm cutting on one side, then on the opposite side, it's something that I didn't really want to cut. So for today, we're going to be using these 2 DSPs, but obviously when I look on the reverse, I did not want to cut these cuties out because they're adorable, but that's how things happen. I don't know if that happens to you sometimes when you're designing, that you're like, oh my goodness, I do not want to cut this beautiful designer series paper. So if you do have the collection, you might have seen it. They're pretty, like adorable. We will use this one as well today, and that's where comes my pecan pie color that I'm chiming in. This is the back of the paper. And then we've seen this one that we'll be using today as well, but we're going to be using the reverse. I like the simplicity of this one. And then on the opposite side, these coordinate with some of the dies, so it's beautiful. And then this is one of my favorites by far. And then you've seen the reverse side as well. And then I do adore this because I love like basic neutrals. So we will do something with this paper this week, and it will be a fun fold as well. So welcome if you love some fun folds. So the paper is called this Reindeer Days. I find that these 2 combine very well together. And then I do love these little critters right here. So And then this is the back, and it has a coordinating die to go with it. So it's a beautiful collection. You might want to get it if ever you haven't gotten it yet. It's adorable. And then this is the stamp set. It does come with 13 pieces, and some of the dies coordinate with the designer series paper as well as the stamp set. So if I take this one, it fits perfectly here, but it also fits perfectly on our DSP. So when Stampin' Up! Does that, they make me very happy because I could just pre-cut these, and then it goes faster when we do classes that if ever we don't want to decorate, then we could just do so. So that's one of them. And then there's also another one that is beautiful, and that's the one that I was saying, oh, I don't want to cut the designer series paper. So this is the other one. It's Mom and Baby. So I do love this one as well because it coordinates perfectly here. And then as for dies, aside from all of the ones that I just showed you, we do have lots of beautiful dies that come with it, and mine have been moved around just because we've played with them, we've built deers, that sort of thing, but here they are, so pretty fun. The stamp set does come in French as well, so if you are one of my French customers, I believe I left a French stamp set back home, but at least you get to see it in English today. And then my ultimate favorite, I don't know if that's your favorite too, the suite has this beautiful embossing folder called Forever Plaid. Forever Plaid will stay forever in my studio because this is a staple piece and we will use it today as well. And then there's also the book treat boxes, and I do have a few. I think I've played with them in the past. Actually, I played with them last week when I did my other collection, but we won't use them today, but maybe later on this week as well. So I'm just going to put these aside. So that is also part of Suite. And then there's also that beautiful red and white twine. At least I was able to get my hands on that one. So I'm not too sure if you guys were able to get your hands on this one, but it is a fun thing that we will use probably to do our Christmas cards this year for sure. Okay, so now let's get crafting. So excited today. I'm gonna bring back this cute little box right here, and you'll probably see it upside down. But we have a fun fold, and this fun fold is very popular with my customers back home. Pull this piece. You're going to be needing a piece of real red cardstock this morning. Real red, I'm going with real red, and the piece is 4 1/4 by 11. So this fun fold you'll want to repeat many times. So 4 1/4 by 11. And what I like about this fun fold is that you will be able to fit it in a regular envelope. So it will fit in a regular envelope. You're gonna score at 2 1/2 as well as 6 3/4. So we're gonna go here, 2 1/2, and then we're gonna bring it to 6 3/4 right here. I'm gonna toss this aside because we don't need it right away. And then I suggest that you use a bone folder. It's gonna be a very tight fit. If you find that it's too tight, what you could do is you could snip 1/8 of an inch at the top. But I think mine today is okay. Yeah, it is. It does have like a little bit of a bubble here, but you could do so, like just give it a good crisp fold. So there you have it. And then we're gonna use our DSP. So for today, I think I'm gonna go with the opposite of what I've already designed, so then you get to see a little bit of both. Grab one of your favorite pieces of designer series paper. So I'm gonna use this one, and I'm gonna cut it 4 by 4. So you're gonna wanna put this on the inside. So now we only see a very basic border of real red around, and then on the inside we get to see this beautiful designer series paper. So that's cute. And then for the top, we're gonna just flip it like this, and I'm gonna go the opposite once again. And this time I'm gonna use a piece of designer series paper that is 2 1/4 by 4. So let me pick something here out of my collection. We're gonna do 2 1/4 by 4. So I'm gonna go with this one right here. Good morning, Sandy. How are things? I saw that you went shopping this weekend and you got cool shoes. I'm jealous. I don't know where you went. I don't know if it was a Target shopping day, but it sounded pretty fun. You're gonna take your punch. Your punch is the one that is 2 inches. So grab that punch, flip your piece around. There was an important step. We really needed to put that designer series paper first. So that's why I did that. And then you're just gonna tuck in your 2-inch punch. You could go all the way if you want, just push it till the end. You see this? And then I could just center it. So here I am. I'm gonna bring this closer so you get to see. You see that line? Look on the opposite side. I do have my designer series paper, and you're gonna punch real hard, and do not punch your fingers. So you see this piece is left over. Then you're gonna use a scrap piece and punch a second piece of red just to keep aside. I'm not using this one because this one has that designer series paper right here. So if ever you're watching me in a replay, please say replay. If you're joining a little late, you could just say hello. That is kind of great to have you here this morning on a Monday, actually. I also have a white piece of paper, and this one is 3 by 4. So the white piece, now that we've done this punching, we're just gonna add in here. And this is to add some greetings, whatever you want to add. And then put it at the lowest portion of the card, just like this. We're gonna stamp on that a little later on. So Sandy's saying that her shoes were really cool if you didn't need to walk in them. That's hilarious. Yeah, my husband likes it when I wear heels, but then again, exactly what you're saying. Sometimes it can be pretty tricky. I would like you to punch also, take your circle punch, 1 3/4. I don't know if you use your punches a lot. I do. I love to use my punches. So my 1 3/4 punch fits perfectly right in here in my 2-inch real red piece. So I'm just gonna add some adhesive right there. And you know what? I'm gluing it right away because I am not stamping on it. If you wanted to stamp a wish, I would suggest that you stamp your wish first, just in case you make this tiny little mistakes like I do sometimes. And then you'll be able to do so. So you see now we have the paper right here. Just like this. I want you to add some adhesive just at the top to glue this piece together. So my adhesive is coming in here, and the reason why is because I only want it on this portion. I don't want it on the other portion of the circle. So exactly like this. And then you know what, when we use multi-purpose glue, you need to hold it in for a couple of seconds. So while we do so, I'm just gonna put this like this. We'll leave that there. I'm gonna take out my cutting machine, and we're gonna be doing some cutting around here. So let me grab this. It is so heavy. Here we go. And then we'll grab our dies, and I'm gonna be using the wreath. So this is the little wreath, and we're gonna use some garden green cardstock. I'm just cutting myself a spare piece. You have two options here. You can either do the little berries that are here, or you could do the bow. I'm gonna do the bow today, so you'll get to see it with the bow. Let me grab some spare pieces of real red. And this, again, is a card that you could recreate in multiple pieces for sure. There we have it. I'm just gonna pop out. Look how cute this is. And as I'm doing this card with you, my brain is always rolling, right? And I just thought, oh, remember those little berries that I showed you because we didn't have the peppermints? Wouldn't they be cute everywhere on the wreath? Maybe they would. And then this is the bow. I love how delicate it looks. So we're gonna use that. And then now, before I put this aside, I'm gonna pick a reindeer from my designer series paper because I just want to use this once. And then I think we're going to be going with this little guy here. So I'm just going to snip. If you want a fussy cut, you could use any reindeer that you want, but I don't want a fussy cut today. So since it's Monday, we could fussy cut later this week. But Mondays are not made for fussy cutting. So aside from Sandy shopping this weekend, anybody else do something fun? Or were you all relaxing? The weather was perfect, actually. Such a beautiful weekend. As long as there's sun here, I'm happy. I actually think I used the wrong one. Yeah. Kim, see, you're sleeping. It's Monday. Let's grab the snips and pre-cut another piece. I used the wrong reindeer. There we go. Telling you, I'm not fussy cutting this little guy. Fall cleaning. Yes, fall cleaning is a must. We're planning on putting all of our summer furniture away. Our pool's already closed, and we have about 1 million leaves to pick up because we have a lot of maple trees where we live, so lots of those to pick up. I love for all of you that played my game when I was asking if you used your first name, by using your first name, pick a word that matches with, coordinates, or works with fall. So I love everybody what they've chose, and some came with creative. With Kim, I had nothing crazy, so I just say khaki kiwi, which is a little jacket that we would want to wear. So that's what I came up with because K I found was very tricky. So here is our little deer. I'm going to set the deer aside. And then we're going to do one last thing before I put this big guy away. We're going to use our embossing, our beautiful embossing folder that coordinates with the collection right here. And then for this one, you'll want to use a piece of real red cardstock, and that piece is 3 by 2. So I'm just going to do 2 because probably I'll do multiple cards a little later on, and then as it's out, might as well just design more. Fran is saying that fall cleaning would be her first initial. Yeah, exactly. Ooh, Marlene said that she made a gift card holder and a hot chocolate packets. That's with hot chocolate packets. That sounds lovely. Lovely, lovely. Okay, so we're gonna put this aside right here. And then here are our pieces. We only need one today, but the reason that I'm doing so is just because I'll probably design another card with it. And then you'll want to try to snip in the middle. I'm not a perfectionist, so I'm just going as I feel. And then I'm just going to go on each side. And what do you think I'm making? A little banner. Very simple. I didn't use a die or anything fancy. I'm just doing it like this. So there you have it. So we have this one right here, beautiful textured, that we're going to use for our project this morning. Okay, so now let's pull our wreath. I'm going to use, do I have my little baby dimensionals here? Yes, I do. So we're going to use these mini dimensionals. And then we're just going to pop. And then add a lot, because if you don't add a lot, what happens is it falls apart, and we don't want it to fall apart. Go. And then we're just gonna add, and I wanna make sure that it's not showing, our wreath right here. Like I said, you can add a greeting if you want. I chose to do the wreath because it blends perfectly in here. And then we'll use some mini glue dots. And we're gonna add our bow. So you could pre-cut 50 of these and then just assemble them all at once. They would be lovely. Here we go. So we have our bow here, and you just want to make sure that it's not disrupting the opening of the card. Okay. So that's cute. And then, like I said, if ever you wanted, you could add those cherry cobbler and pearl berries. So they could be cute. Like if I grab these, I could put a couple here and there. And that would be lovely, because we are still waiting on those peppermints, remember? So here, and then some could be like closer, some could be to the edge, whatever you wish. Let's add this one right here. So that's cute. So I'll show you without the berries, and then you could decide which one you want to do. Then I'm gonna pull in, I'm gonna just put a couple of things aside. I'm gonna add this little guy with, again, some dimensionals. And you could put him or her at the bottom a little lower, because we're gonna add some twine at the top. Here we go. So here he is, just the lowest that we can fit him or her, like this. Perfect. There we have him. And then we're going to take our real red white baker's twine and make a beautiful, oh, this is a new pack too, so I love new packs. And then if you want, maybe do 2 loops around to give it a bit more texture. I love adding embellishments to my projects. Here we go. And then I'm just making a tiny bow. I find that this twine is a little more, like it's softer, like it's looser, not as rough. Wouldn't these be cute just for tags on its own, if ever we added them to tags? Like I'm just looking at it right now and I'm like, oh, that would be a cute tag, but here we go. So here he is. We added the texture in the background. Hi, Joan from Washington State. Hope you had a great weekend. And then now we will add more dimensionals. I'm all about dimensionals this morning. So we could do the opposite today and just add them on this side. And I think that's what I'll do, just to show you the difference. And then you get to pick and choose which side you want. And then just as a tip, I want you to add only the dimensionals at the top portion, not at the bottom portion, because if you add them at the bottom portion, then your card will be glued shut. But look at this, it's coming together. So cute. This is really out of the ordinary for me. I'm going like all out with these funky colors, like lots of colors. But you know what? I'm in like a holiday spirit, so let's do this. Okay. Now we're gonna grab a greeting and I'm gonna use Merry Christmas. The greetings are very large, so like our options are limited for this card. But I am gonna pull out Merry Christmas and we're gonna use it in real red. And then we're gonna have to decorate the inside, our envelope. There's still stuff to do, so we've got work here. Real red. And then I'm gonna stamp on my good side if you don't mind, because stamping upside down is difficult for me. Okay, so here we have it. Merry Christmas. It's cute. It's cute. And then to have a really straight Merry Christmas, I am gonna use my cutting machine, just because I just don't want, because the S is like wider, you almost need to, see, the S is wider, so you can't go too close or else it's not gonna go good. Okay, so we got this. Like I said, this card, we can make so many. And then if we wanted to, because it's going that way, let's see, I'm gonna snip it very close to the M right here. Gonna try a different thing. We'll see if it works. If I don't like it, then you'll see me crossing it off. But let's try and do exactly what we did for our banner piece. I'm just gonna snip the middle and then snip each side right here. And I like to give it a twirl. So how do I give it a twirl? I take my bone folder and then I just curl it just like it would be a banner on its own. Now I did think about adding a piece of banner right up here, but if we did, then you can't open your cards. So that's why it has to go down there. And then the Mary would just set aside here, right in here. Okay, so let's go and add this. See, by me placing it on this side, it comes out, it pops out. And then I just want to ensure that it fits on my card. I think it will though. Let's see. Let's see. It can't. We'll have to fold it in. So I'm going to show you the other one. This is the other one here. And then this is the opposite. So I just need to twitch it around here. And then it's going to be a little lower. Yeah, we're going to go a little lower for this one. So I'm putting my dimensionals at the back right here. You'll get to see two versions, right? And then you get to pick which ones you want. As long as it doesn't interfere once again with the opening of the card. So with this one, we have to go on here like this. Yeah, that would work. And then remember, we have our inside, right? So here it is. Let me see. I want to see it from the front. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so we have two versions. If you put it on this side, then you have the entire room to place it all along. If you put it on this side, then you have to cover your deer a little bit, and then it will open like this. So on the inside, I took one of the stamp sets, which was that cute little tree right here. And then I used my markers. How often do you take your markers out? Today's the day. Do not use your blends, because if you do so, they stain. So you will not be able to remove the ink off of your stamp. So use markers. So we're gonna use the edge of that one. And then I'm gonna take my red because I wanna coordinate it. And I'm just gonna go and add it. And then take your morning coffee breath and go push and blow on it. And the reason why is you want to keep that image super wet to stamp. So we're just going to stamp him on here. And then it makes this beautiful design. And then now I'm gonna take my other stamp set that coordinates Reindeer Memories. I'm gonna take the fa la 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 because I feel we wish Merry Christmas on the top, and I still wanted to add that extra greeting inside. You could add a gift card pocket right in here if you want to. It's a lot of fun. So here we go. Fa la 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 is coming right here, and I'm stamping upside down. Wish me luck. It's perfect. You see how cute that is? If you want to add more designer series paper on the inside, you may do so. Up to you. And then of course you want to add those coordinating envelopes, and the card fits perfectly in. So you see how it fits. You just have to put it sideways like this, and then you get to tuck it on the inside. And then I guess we could stamp other wishes as well, but then it fits right in here. It might be a little thicker than usual, but it's still gorgeous, right? And then you could close it up, do a stamp maybe on the inside, on the outside right here. So we want to maybe coordinate today. So let's coordinate. And then I made it also with this envelope, this designer series paper. So then you get to see both. And then this week, as we move along, we're gonna build this collection. We're gonna make more things because when we order a suite, we wanna give it its full potential. So this time I'm just gonna go all green, and I'm just gonna stamp on the outside so my envelope is done. So simple, right? Isn't it this a simple card? You could do so many. And then here you have it. I'm gonna pull this little guy here. And then you get to see how pretty this first fun fold for the week is. So I wanna hear your thoughts. Do you think it's a simple, fun fold? It is called Fun Fold, right? So you get to see both the inside and out, and then you got to see it with two designs. So if ever you have a bunch of designer series paper at home, lots of designer series paper, you could do this Fun Fold like forever. Just pre-cut all your paper, take your coordinating colors, and then you could just design a simple card like this. So thank you for joining me. Tomorrow, I think we are still gonna work on another fun fold. So if ever you are free and you wanna join me either live or in replay, I thought that we could do another one, maybe a little more complicated for tomorrow. So thank you for watching me, and thanks for sharing my post. Enjoy your day. See you Tuesday.